Yo, everybody, welcome back to the motherfucking Minority Sports Report Wrestling Edition. Woo! I'm gonna slap my face with these little flaps. These shits hurt. I'm your motherfucking boy, Big Black.
I'm your boy, Game Dollar. Back again.
Dollar, we're back again. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you can get updated all the time. All right, let's start it off, bro. What we got?
One thing I forgot. We mentioned it yesterday recording the other podcast.
With the NASCAR?
NASCAR.
Oh, yeah, that's right, NASCAR.
Rain shortened race today after being delayed Sunday.
Oh, man.
And Bubba Wallace made history as the second ever black NASCAR Cup Series winner.
My dude.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Bubba.
Yeah, they weren't able to finish stage 2 because of the rain, and they called it, and Bubba Wallace happened to be in the lead, so he made history as the second ever black NASCAR winner.
That's fucking tight. No, that's really awesome. I don't give a fuck. I say rain is the great equalizer. We said that yesterday. I picked that up just from like watching racing and playing racing games. Like rain levels the playing field all across the board. So congratulations. Even though it was shortened, that still says a lot because it's not ideal conditions. So congratulations, brother. That's real shit. We need that for the culture, and he won't be the last. Straight up. Now we need to get a New Yorican in there or something, you know?
Eventually, we'll get one. But they had Juan Pablo in there for a while. I think he was.
That's right. He might have even been Colombian, bro.
Might have been, but yeah, I think that's as close as we got. For Hispanic Heritage Month, but yeah, that way. And then he also hasn't raced in the Cup Series in years, but whatever.
Years.
Jump into the wrestling. Dark Side of the Ring.
I didn't watch it this week. I forgot.
You probably wouldn't want to because this focuses on a deathmatch promotion. Basically, the pioneer of the deathmatch. It was the Blood and Wire, Onita's FMW, which is Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling. And it focused on the original owner, Atsushi Onita, who was a friend and like kind of protege of Terry Funk.
Oh shit! So he's crazy.
Yeah, so he's like the pioneer of the deathmatch wrestling. He came up with the exploding barbed wire deathmatch, fucking electric shock pool matches and shit like that. Like, yeah, it's fucking insane. But yeah, check that shit out. It's fucking crazy.
Now I'll probably check that shit out because that's like old school hardcore.
Yeah, they talk about how like the arenas in Japan were owned by the Yakuza and how they had to fucking deal with that shit.
That's what's up, because that's real.
Very, very interesting. So yeah, check that out. Another show that I just recently caught up on was Heels, the Stars show about like a, I wouldn't say failing, but like a struggling wrestling promotion in the South. And it's fucking awesome. It's a drama. So if that's your kind of thing, I mean, it may or may not be your thing, but it's an awesome show. I'm loving it. The fucking fans and the critics seem to love it. I kind of scoped out Rotten Tomatoes to see what people were saying about it, and high scores all across the board.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an awesome show. So check that shit out if you have Stars or other nefarious means of getting your hands on it.
We don't promote that shit out here. What are you talking about?
I don't know what I'm talking about. Redacted.
Fucking something else was on Stars where I was like, damn, man, they're really trying to make me buy this shit. I already got all of them.
Stars also has that BMF, the Black Mafia family show from 50 Cent.
That's what it was.
Power and all that shit.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Stars has been killed with Power. There's like 4 spinoffs coming from Power. Then they got BMF. And they got Heels. They're doing good things over there. Good things. All right. Sure. Yeah, you got a show that you want to talk about.
I do want to talk about it. We all of us watched Roads to the Top after when it premiered. I had to watch it twice. Never doing that again, not because it's a bad show. I just don't want to watch it twice, you know? So the next time, this Wednesday, I'm taking fucking notes in real time. So I just took a couple notes. I don't really want to get into the details of the personal life because I'm not really watching it for that. However, I can relate to them being, like new parents being interracial, having a daughter. There's a lot of shit where it hits personally for me.
Shit, yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Connections there. Yeah, that's crazy.
So that shit is interesting for me personally, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So I literally took some notes here on my phone. You can see they're color coded and shit. That
one show off the phone.
You're goddamn right. But you see that one there? It says the slap.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
That was a good one.
Anywho, it was great seeing behind the scenes at AEW. Honestly,
a lot of behind the scenes shit.
I can't get enough of that shit. Give me more AEW prime time. Sure. I'm still not a YouTube viewer. I watch Ants Canada on YouTube. Shout outs to Ants Canada and Digital Foundry video game shit. But that's about it. Other than that, I'm not really... Oh, Maury too. Other than that, I'm not really on fucking YouTube. What else did I write here? Big Shorty Lee and Julia Hart are a couple. That was shocking. Had no idea. I mean, it's not none of our business. But
usually shit like that comes up. But I mean, neither one of them are huge stars, so I could see why it hasn't come out. But
that's true.
Yeah. But yeah, that was not a shock, but it was a nice little surprise to see. Like, oh shit, good for them.
Right. It's just like, I was not expecting. And this was all in the first like 3-4 minutes of the show too, and that's kind of why I was like, that was shocking that they're just throwing that out there. You know, they hooked me in real well. They know what they're doing. In red, I wrote Brandy is great for wrestling. And then I also wrote "fuck you" in all caps, and that's towards the people who say she's not good for wrestling. I can understand if you don't like her character in wrestling, that's totally fine. But she's great for wrestling. Everyone who loves the women's division, that's all Brandy. So shut the fuck up, eat a bag of shit. If you don't like Brandy for wrestling, you're either sexist or racist. That's pretty much it. I can't see any other reason why you would not think she's good for wrestling. My next note, Tony Khan looks like a kid and or coked out all the time. That man is excited. He genuinely loves wrestling. You can see that shit in there. Darby Allin, really cool dude. I'd love to chill with that motherfucker. He only started wrestling in 2014. Thought that was pretty crazy. Saw a commercial for the Raw draft. This is the only time I'm ever going to talk about WWE. It's not even positive. I put Raw draft commercial ... desperate. As I've never seen a WWE commercial during AEW programming ever, not once. Then my next note is the slap. There was pretty good drama, and I remember when this shit happened, we even might have talked about it. We definitely talked about it. Jade Cargill and Red Velvet, they went over that whole little incident. Because when it happened, we were like, yo, she slapped the shit out of her. Like, they both slapped each other, but Jade slapped the dog shit out of fucking Red Velvet.
Yeah, she tried to one-up Red Velvet.
And they squashed that stuff. Also put Ricky Starks as a beast. Like that motherfucker. Guess he had $6 to his name when he started in AEW or started wrestling. Now he's one of the hottest dudes. And then the last note, which is kind of about the show and not really about AEW, I put Teal, Cody's sister, kind of a bitch.
For sure. For sure. Brandy's mom's kind of a bitch too.
She is, but old people are weird and stuck in their ways. So I don't really...
Yeah, but definitely. Cody's sister is definitely a bitch.
Yeah, she's young enough to know what she's doing, and she's kind of a bitch. But yeah, those are my notes, and I'll have some more next week.
Word. So those are the our wrestling shows that we've been watching recently. Kick it into some actual wrestling. We had Impact Wrestling over on Access or YouTube if you're a subscriber, like I still kind of am. Debating on that subscription, but it's pretty cool so far. They're because Josh Alexander relinquished his title to he did option C for his world title shot. They're doing an X Division tournament. It's basically going to be a couple of 3-way matches, and then those winners are going to have a 3-way match, I believe, to determine who the new champ is. The first match happened this past week. It was Trey Miguel. He ended up defeating Alex Zane and the Laredo Kid. This match was fucking awesome. Huge highlight for the X. Like, if you want to see what X Division Wrestling is, this is the match to check it out. Because fucking awesome. They killed it. Trey Miguel is a beast. Laredo Kid is a beast. I'm new to this Alex Zane dude. Even he's a beast. So yeah, check that shit out. Next, they had a number one. Yeah. Next, they had the number one contenders match for the Knockouts Tag Team Championship. The Influence, which is the team of Madison Rayne and Tennille Dashwood, they beat the team of Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering. So they are going to be getting their title shot. I am not sure when.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember last week, I mentioned Christopher Daniels, the Fallen Angel. He is currently signed to AEW, and what I found out, he is also, I believe, he's the head of talent relations or some variation of that title for AEW.
Nice.
But he made his return to Impact last week, and this week he had a match versus Madman Fulton. Picked up the big win with the best moonsault ever, which is one of his finishers.
That moonsault is nice.
Yeah, well, he hit Madman with one of his finishes. I forgot what it is. And he kicked out at 1. So this motherfucker went and hit the best moonsault ever, and that's how he got the big win. After that, we had Violent by Design and Rhino facing off. I don't know if you remember, the Rhino kind of looks like he's getting kicked out the group. Violent by Design basically gave him an ultimatum, like, you're either with us or against us. Some dude I've never seen before named Heath returned from injury. From what I looked up, I believe him and Rhino had teamed up, I think, in WWE when they were both there together. And so that's why they had this relationship here. But he came out, chased off Violent by Design. Rhino, instead of following Violent by Design or sticking with Heath in the ring, he kind of just rolled out of the ring and walked through the crowd and disappeared. So he's still undecided there. Good little segment. I love the leader of Violent by Design's promos and shit like that. He's always a good interview. Eric Young, I believe his name is. He's a beast.
Word.
I don't remember exactly when in the show this happened, but Mickie James and Knockouts champion Deonna Purrazzo got in a fight in a barn. They beat the shit out of each other in a barn. Somebody tried to drown somebody in a barrel of water. Pretty crazy. They fought so hard that Deonna Purrazzo's onesie snapped up through her jeans.
Oh wow.
it was nuts.
That's crazy.
But I don't remember exactly where in the show it happened, but yeah, that happened. In the main event, there was a street fight where Boston's own Eddie Edwards took on W. Morrissey. And with the help from his wife, Alicia Edwards, he hit the Boston Knee Party through a barbed wire wrapped chair that Alicia was holding against Morrissey's head. And that's how he was able to get the big win. After the match, Moose, who was barred from ringside for the match, came out and just fucked up Eddie Edwards while W. Morrissey held Alicia and forced her to watch Eddie Edwards get demolished. Yeah, he put a chair around his neck and just started smashing another chair against the chair, threw him into the ring post and shit like that. It was fucked up.
That's nice.
But, so that's how Impact went off the air. Kind of have to rush through this shit. We got a lot. New Japan G1 Climax is still underway. No results yet because that tournament is long as fuck. New Japan Strong, the American side, J.R. Kratos defeated Fred Yehai. The Dirty Daddy, Chris Dickinson, defeated Royce Isaacs. And the main event was New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. Tom Lawler successfully defended against our boy, Leo Rush.
Nice. That's Leo's way out, huh?
Yeah, that he's on his way to AEW.
AEW. It's going to be tight.
Speaking of, we had Dynamite kicking off with a good match, a great match between Adam Cole and Jungle Boy for my Spanish speakers.
Jungle Boy!
It's a solid match. Jungle Boy was close to getting the win, but the heel, Adam Cole, used some dirty tactics to get the win. I believe, what was it? He hit the low blow.
Yeah, he hit him in the nuts. Yeah,
he blocked Aubrey's way and hit him in the nuts with like a mule kick. But after the win, the Elite came out to join Adam Cole. They got interrupted by Bryan Danielson. They bickered back and forth. Danielson got some backup from Christian Cage, Frankie Kazarian, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt, and chased off the Elite. And then we had Cody Rhodes and Lee Johnson teaming up to defeat the team of Matt Sydal and Dante Martin. Match was okay, but the best part about it was after the match, Cody tried to call up Malachi Black. Arn Anderson cut him off. Said Cody was soft. At some point in the interview, Arn said something about shooting someone in the face with a Glock and gave us the best memes I've seen in a long time. Check those out. But yeah, he threatened. He said something about if somebody was to hold me up, I'd shoot him in the face with my Glock. Hilarious. And then said he'd be damned.
Concrete.
Yeah, said he'd be damned if he coached a loser. And basically walked out on Cody, took Lee Johnson with him. So it seems like they're kicking Cody out of the Nightmare family because he's still getting heavily booed by the crowd. So it seems like they're leaning into this heel turn.
They should, man.
They should. It's just naturally happened. Just
right. If it's naturally going with it, just go with it, man.
Yeah. Next up, we had a trios match. It was Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston, Darby Allin teaming up and defeating Bear Country and Anthony Green.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, that was that. Nothing too spectacularly crazy there. Then we had Orange Cassidy teaming up with the Dark Order to take on the Hardy Family Office in a 16-man tag?
Yes, there was a lot of motherfuckers out there.
Bad people in this fucking match.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Brody Lee night.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Brody Lee night because they were in his hometown of Rochester, New York. So midway through the match, they're still playing that Dark Order Civil War going on. Looked like Evil Uno and whoever was like on his side tried to walk out of the match, but Anna Jay, Ty Conti, -1, which is Brody Lee Jr. Well, obviously that's not his real name, but Brody Jr. and Brody Lee's actual wife, Amanda Huber, they all came out, got the Dark Order on the same page, got them back in the ring, and they got the big win over the Hardy Family Office. And then they all celebrated with -1.
Yeah, it was tight. It's very wholesome.
Yeah, very wholesome. One of two celebrations for -1 in this show. For this week.
For the week,
I should say. Next, we had MJF and Darby Allin facing off with each other, talking shit. MJF got personal, talking about Darby's dead uncle, where Darby was in the car with his uncle who drunk drove and got in a car accident and died. And that's why Darby's straight edge. And yeah, MJF just fucking went deep on him. And Darby basically said, "You can't mentally break me." And that just kind of how that ended, I believe.
Yeah, MJF was like, "Oh, I can't. All right, just watch." And then he just walked off and shit.
And in the main event, the TNT Championship match, Sammy Guevara surprised us. I was hoping for it, but I was surprised that they did it. We both said it. Yeah. He defeated Mero and became the new TNT champion. Surprisingly, was able to pick Mero up and hit the GTH after a hard fought match, and then the 630 senton for the fucking huge win.
That shit was nasty.
Then all his boys came out and celebrated with him in the ring, which was awesome.
There was confetti and everything. Yep. Confetti. It was golden. It was great. But like we were watching that shit together and we both had said like it'd be nice if Sammy won, but we don't see it happening. And yeah. That's why we watch AEW.
He was due for a championship. It was only a matter of time before they put a fucking belt on him, and you kind of can't give him the world championship right now.
No. There's a lot of people ahead of him for that. At least I think.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah. That shit ended really nice. And then actually in Roads to the Top, the first commercial break, it was Sammy's first interview as TNT champion. Yep. And his first match is going to be against Bobby Fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was Dynamite, right?
So, yeah, that was Dynamite. And then jumping to Friday, we had Rampage. Kicked off with a match between Bryan Danielson and Nick Jackson, where Bryan Danielson got the win over the Elite Young Buck member, Nick Jackson.
I wrote down Bryan Danielson did a shotgun drop kick. Penta does it better.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Nick Jackson, douche.
Douche. So next up, there was a three-way match between Jade Cargill, Nyla Rose, and Thunder Rosa. This was a great match. Because it was a three-way, there's basically no rules. So there was tables, chairs, all that shit.
Great spine buster.
Yep. Nyla Rose tried to put Thunder Rose through a table, but Thunder Rose reversed it and powerbomb Nyla Rose. And then Jade Cargill just beat the shit out of Thunder Rosa with a chair. And that's how she got the win. So that was a solid match there. And then the main event, we had a hair versus hair match. Orange Cassidy defeated Jack Evans from the Hardy family office. The Dark Order prevented the Hardy family office from interfering. So Orange Cassidy was able to pick up the win. They shaved Jack Evans' head. And then the Dark Order and Best Friends did the patented Best Friends hug with -1 in the middle.
Yeah, that
for his second celebration in his hometown.
Yeah, that shit was great.
Got to be the most popular kid in his fucking school.
I mean, he's got to be, man.
It's on TV all the time.
Right, there's no fucking question. That's not on you. TV,
no shirt on and all shit.
The time. For real. That shit's crazy.
Beast.
That shit's great. There's one thing that I wanted to mention.
Go for it.
Kenny No Balls. That was the greatest chant ever.
Yeah. The Kenny No Balls chant is great.
That shit was great. But other than that, that was good old fashioned wrestling.
Yeah, good week in wrestling.
It was good. Looking forward to watching more Roads to the Top for numerous reasons, but mostly because of the behind the scenes of the AEW. So we don't really get that. So that shit's great.
They do have those vlogs. They have the Being the Elite. Sammy got his own vlog, so you can kind of get behind the scenes if you watch their YouTube channels. But mainstream TV wise, this is the big show
for the TV.
Yeah,
because I don't be on the YouTubes like
I know. I just want to throw it out there that there.
For sure
to check out for that.
Yeah, when it first started, I was all about that, but then I was just like, I can't do it.
I haven't tuned into Sammy's vlog, but I did jump into a couple of his lives on Instagram. Like after Dynamite and shit like that when they first started doing it. And that was pretty cool seeing them like literally like them dudes beating the shit out of each other, hating each other, and then shooting the shit joking in the background, but not even 10 minutes later.
Right.
It's fucking funny.
Fucking tight. Hell yeah. All right. We appreciate you guys for fucking watching this shit. You can follow us all collectively at TMS Report. That's where we be on the internet. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you hit the bell icon as well. And this has been the motherfucking Minority Sports Report. Wrestling! Woo! I held it by the straps this time. Edition. Skame. Where can they follow you, bro?
Follow me at Skame666.
Ooh, follow me. I am at the Beatnik. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back next for you. We'll be back next for your week. I can't even talk straight. Jesus, we'll be back for you next week. Peace.
Peace.